Joseon Joseon maintained an amazing level of statecraft. It is very well organized. In a way, it's almost like a modern country. So buncheong is the type of ceramic that they created, and buncheong is official production of ceramics. So again, government sent officials in order to procure a required number of ceramics for the government. So where are the official kilns? They're all over the regions, because you have to create these for local production. But the main one for the royal family was located in Kyunghee province, and the town is called Gwangju or Icheon. You can visit it from Seoul, like a day trip. It's about 1 hour. And then the buncheong, I'm going to show you techniques, and then I will come back. So after the Mongol invasion, that Korea Celadon techniques either forgotten or very difficult to replicate. All those workers, right, like highly skillful workers, they either got killed or they abandoned their profession. So that buncheong is a how can I say, a variation of, or a low quality of the stone of the Celadon. So this looks a little bit more down to earth, a little bit more folk in style, but the techniques are similar. Like there are definitely inlay techniques or incised lines, but they didn't have another step of putting in different types of clay. Like there was no 2-color or 3-color clays. So once you see it, you will realize what that means. So these are stoneware. The foundation clay is not very different from the Korea Celadon clay. And then here, I just use the incised lines. If it's a very sophisticated Korea Celadon, what do? You create incised lines, and then you make sure that you put a whiter color or black clay, so that when you bake it, it will be contrasting colors, right? They don't do it. They just give incised lines and then put the glazing and bake it. So it's a little bit more efficient in system. So this one is really classic example of buncheong. So the body of the clay is in this color. It's again sort of a variations of Korea Celadon. Korea Celadon, again, if you look at that particular glaze, it doesn't become that Celadon color. So this is the color, the bottom color, a little bit brownish color. And here, what they did is they put that white clay on that mallet type of wooden mallet, or like a wooden stamp with a handle. Like let's say here, you have the mallet, but on the surface you are going to have this dot, right? Almost like a making meat tender. Have you ever seen the meat hammer? Right, like you pound on it. So they put this on a clay, like a white clay sleeve, and then they put a stamp all over, because so these are like sort of one unit, of the stamping, so it's quicker. And then you have like a little exposed colors. That's the same color as the base color of the ceramics. So this one is a stamped design, or you paint with oxidized slip. Again, it's like an ink, but it has a lot of iron inside. So once you draw the shape of a fish and bake it, that the lines that you drew becomes black. Or instead of putting any white powder, you just stamped on it, so that you have a stamp, chrysanthemum flowers or the dots, but there is no contrasting colors. So this is the most wonderful shape. It's a flat flask. It's flat on either side. Then you can draw, you can make that incised lines. Again, this one you create it and then put the white slip all over, and then you make these lines so that these are the base colors of that stoneware, and then these are incised lines, right? And then the rest remains white, so they create contrast. So sometimes the easier one is you just spin like a large brush, and then you just scribble once, like twice, and 3 times. They didn't even bother to be consistent in the bottom, like as long as the majority is covered, that was okay. This one, it's in somebody's collection there, so they fixed it with this beautiful gold lacquer, but chrysanthemum and then the stamping or more flowers. So you take times to make variations, and this one is a little bit closer to the Korea Celadon, right? But it does not create that intricate decorations of cloud and rain decoration. So I think that's almost the end of it. So once you see this is beautiful case of that chrysanthemum stems. So you make it, like a stamping all around. Sometimes you have this, how can I say, rough shape. And so that's so now I want to go back and explain to you, and there are different types of patterns. So here stamp decoration was made a lot in Gyeongsang province, and then incised lines like a fish, remember, like incised lines, those were made a lot in Jeolla province. Their technique is called the sgraffi technique. And then the iron painted, you just use a dark slip to have a paint strokes. Those were made in Chungcheong province because Chungcheong province have many iron mines. That's also related to late unified Shilla, where you've seen a large colossal iron Buddha, remember? So there are some regional variations, but all of them were controlled by the unified, not unified Shilla, by the Joseon dynasty. And then toward the 16th century, they are going to create a white porcelain, so that's very expensive and difficult. But in early Joseon dynasty, this is what they were making for Yangban or royal family, and then major government offices. So I am going to discard it, and then now I came out of it. So some of the slide you have explanations on the bottom, so that you actually have more explanations at each slide. So if you want to read more about it, you can take time and then read a bit more, like